What is going on, everyone? How is everyone doing? Good morning, everyone. Did anyone else think that the market wasn't open today? The whole weekend, I thought the market was closed. I almost didn't wake up in time because I thought it was going to be closed today due to Columbus Day. So let's catch up. See what's going on here news wise. Always good to take a look at what's going on in the market. No, market's open. Bond market's just closed. Dollar up. 10-year treasury 3.89. Always good to just read the news. Let's see what's going on. Regarding Elon, right? Tesla sank 16%. Wow. Down 26% in the last 3 weeks. So for any long-term investors, right? This is an amazing dip buy, right? If you're a long-term investor and if you're bullish on the company, 26% is a lot, right? So do what's best for you. Judge says Musk must complete his Twitter purchase by October 28th. It's 10/10, so 18 days in order to avoid going to trial. Right, so ideally, he's probably going to try and do something before that. So that's interesting. I always like to look at the ones with the orange, right? It's the more important ones. And then you can go in between and take a look at, what's going on. Okay, so let's take a look at some charts here. What's everyone looking at this week? Haven't taken a look at anything because I did think the market was closed today. Oh yeah, Friday positions won't clear until tomorrow. That's true. Anyone do anything good this weekend? So you're watching chips, not a bad idea for an oversold bounce, but they are down in pre-market, right? AMD down 1.23%, Nvidia down 0.16. Everything else is green in pre-market, right? So that's just something to take note of. Right, So they're showing weakness when everything else is showing strength. So just to take note, right? Doesn't mean it's going to be relative, but it's always good to just take note. So the current patterns on charts look pretty decent for a bounce back. All right, so here's Tesla. Right, here's like the 30-minute. Right, so overall downtrend. Right, we had this period of consolidation. Right, we had a downtrend, consolidation, downtrend. Right, so we had this flag to the downside. Right, bear flag. We broke down. Now we're sitting in this just consolidation, huge clunk of price action here. Right, so if we zoom in a little bit, first thing I notice is, right, downtrend, triple bottom, lower highs. Right, this is the first thing I notice. Right, this is a typical bear flag. Right, but so what I would look for is a potential break, rejection at a previous resistance. So let's see. Right, like around this area. If I could get my mouse on it. Right, previous support, previous support, previous support. Right, was a resistance. Right, this also lines up with this white trend line, right, from the highs. So if this pops up, I would look for a potential short. Right, overall downtrend, all the highs or any breakout that we've had gets rejected. Right, so until the downtrend gets taken out, I'll continue to look for puts. Right, so if I flip this upside down, right, that's this looks nice for, right, continuation. Right, it's a continuation pattern. Let's do everything this way today. Let's see what happens. Nvidia, right, previous resistance, right, is getting close. So we definitely could see a bounce back to this region here. Right, why this region? Right, previous resistance acted as support, rejected. Right, so it's only right if we reject and come back down. Or, right, this is the inverse chart. Look at the numbers if you're ever confused, and take a look at that. Same with not the same with AMD. It's at new lows. Doesn't look as good. Let's delete the chart and redo it. All right, so Amazon, watching this very highly today. Why? Perfect rising wedge. All right. Ideally, this would have went up one more time, rejected, and then come back down, but we're gapping down. Right, previous resistance turned into support. This is the inverse chart, so just remember that. So calls could potentially work with this today. Right, looking for a move to 116.9. Right, it's this previous support, or on the actual chart, it's a previous resistance. Right, so if this continues, you could see 116.9. Well, let's continue to look at the inverse chart. Apple. Like Apple did a typical fake out, right? Nice consolidation phase, fakes out, gets back in within. I said I updated the pattern chart, and for that cheat sheet, it's just in market resources. I just said the price target on Amazon. 116.9 if this breaks out. That's my price target. That's how you set price targets, support and resistance above or below. All right. So Tesla, Amazon, cleanest chart so far. The video, watch for a bounce off of this previous level, 119.47. Right, so right now, Tesla and Amazon are my top watches at open. Right, I like the structure. I like the way it looks. It's giving us the cleanest setup. SPY also. So this chart. Right, so we had rising wedge, breakdown, consolidation, retest. Kind of want to see a rejection here, right? We kind of rejected. This could potentially come back this way, which would be bullish, right? This is the inverse chart. Also taking a look at the pattern here, right? This looks like a typical reversal pattern, right? Multiple bounces, breaks down, continues. Target is the bottom consolidation phase. Look at that falling wedge. This was like a perfect little wedge here. This is the inverse chart, right? So this would be the regular chart. That's why it's always good to take a look at the inverse chart, because I would never catch this if I was looking at it this way. So that's why I always like to take a look at the inverse chart. If everyone could please drop a like on the video, I would really appreciate it. So now let's take a look at pre-market action. So look, it's testing that previous support I mentioned, right? The level I drew here at 364.62, right? And it's kind of rejecting it here. Yep, CPI this week as well. Can't believe I thought the market was closed today. I really thought it was closed. I don't know why. Everyone can please drop a like on the video. Would appreciate it. What questions does everyone have? Let's answer some questions. Look at VIX last week, right? So double bottom, higher lows, lower highs, breakout, right? Pushes through to the resistance, right? Pushes up, rejects this trend line, consolidates, retests that breakout period, breaks out, and rejects the next resistance above. Don't try and guess the bottom or the top. It's just silly. There's no need to guess. Just use the chart, right? If this happens, then that happens, right? If this level breaks, then that happens. Right, so looking at the chart, look where we bounced off of at this previous level here. Right, so if this breaks, then next we have 354.02. Right, if that level breaks, we have 339.08. Right, that's how it's going to work. If that level breaks, we have 323. All right, that's exactly how it's going to work. All right, look where we've been rejecting. Everything always works out according to the chart, right? Like, this is not a coincidence. Perfect hit across this trend line. Right, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Right, double bottom, breakthrough. Right, bears got trapped. Fake out, retest, move back down, lower high. Right, so watch for a potential takeout of this low here. The same thing happens over and over again. A little fake out, right? There's always a fake out. Right, so the thing is here, right, we have a low set in place at 357.11, right, multiple supports, and we have a higher low put in place for now, right? If this low gets taken out, looking for 357.11, right? If we consolidate here, right, look for a push up to the next resistance, right around 365. That level breaks, right, high this flag. And that's how it works. Everyone is asking me to look at Rivian. I don't like trading this name. I don't like the way that contracts move. But if I had to look at it, this is the first thing I'm looking at here. Right? Lower, higher lows, lower highs, double bottom in place here. Or triple bottom even. Right. Whoops. With a double top. Down 5.5% and open. So if you want to watch for a bounce, right, watch off the lows. 31, right? Could bounce there. Don't really like calls until this region breaks, right? There's too much pressure, too much resistance above at this level here. John has been getting burned by the fake outs last couple of weeks anyway to avoid or par for the course, right? The only way to get around the fake outs. Well, I shouldn't say get around, but you're going to get faked out, right? Like I always say, you're going to lose about 30% of the time if you trade the patterns that I trade, right? So expect to lose 3 out of 10 trades every 10. All right. Obviously, some weeks you're going to lose 5 trades. Some weeks you're going to lose 1 trade, right? It fluctuates, but on average, right, if you average it out, just like how people average out the stock market over the last 100 years, how it's averaged 7 to 10%, whatever it is, right? If you take 10 trades, expect to lose 3 on average. Right, so understand that. Next, you have to plan the trade. Before you go into the setup, you have to have entry point, stop loss, and a price target planned out. If not, you're screwed. You are screwed if you don't have that going into the setup, right? Because emotions are going to kick in. You're going to have no idea where to exit, where to take the loss, and so on. All right, so I'll keep an eye on this since everyone loves this name, but I really don't like the options on it. C-Bless does very well with it. All power to him. I like trading the big names or the mega caps. SPX, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, Apple. Stick with the same names. Look at this chart on Apple. Lower and lower highs, right? Overall downtrend. There's been a lot of fake outs, so another way to get around fake outs is chart on a higher time frame. Right? You're not going to get faked out by all those small individual moves. So back to that other question, right? Chart on a higher time frame. Right? You could totally day trade on, the 30-minute or the 1 hour. You're just gonna have to be more patient. Right? So previous support, acted as resistance, right? Confluence. Multiple resistances lining up. Guys, for anyone that asked, am I looking for calls or puts? Right? I have no bias, right? I am just playing the levels. If this happens, I do that, right? If the market does this, I do that. That's how you have to look at it. Okay? So if one level to the upside gets taken out, I would take calls, right? If one level to the downside gets taken out, I would play puts, right? But understand the trend, right? Like I said before, Tesla market overall on a downtrend, all pops to the upside have been getting sold, right? So with that being said, instead of taking calls at the breakout, right, you could take puts at the next rejection above, right? That's how it works. It's like a ladder, right? So if this gets a pop to the upside, you could play puts off the next resistance above, which I have charted here around 228.67. Right in this region, right, it lines up perfectly with the white trend line and the horizontal resistance, right? So why do I do that? It has a better risk to reward, right? If I play puts off of this level, right, I wait for a lower high to come in, right? So we get a pop, we consolidate, we move up a little bit, but we create a lower high every single time it happens. Then I take puts with the stop loss above the high of the day and the price target back to that range down below, right? An amazing risk to reward. Often, right, when the market moves to the downside, it drops very quickly, as opposed to, right, the market going up, right? People sell hectically, which causes it to dip faster, right? So that's why I would do puts at a rejection above. Does that make sense to everyone? I think I explained that pretty well. drop a thumbs up or something, or a yes, if that makes sense. I haven't really covered that much, but that's totally one of my strategies that I do. All right, overall downtrend to the downside. Look for a breakout to the upside. Wait for the next resistance and play puts off that resistance. Awesome. Glad that makes sense. Haven't really covered that one a lot, but probably good to go over. The app is almost done. Looking forward to getting that out. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a game changer. App should be done very soon. On that note, 3 minutes to market open, right? Plan the trade, trade the plan. Follow that cheat sheet I use in the market resources section of the Discord. I'm gonna open it up here before market open. Let's see. Plan the trade, trade the plan, trade the best setups only. Don't focus on the money. No setup, no trade. Patience. Stop loss based on support and resistance, not percentage based, and don't size more than 3%. That being said, market opens here in 2 minutes. Follow the rules. Don't get greedy. See green, take green, and let's have a day. I'll see you guys in the Discord.